Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about a couple special cases when we're dealing with inequalities with parabolas. In the first video we had one that crossed through the x-axis, and you'll notice here all these pictures for A, B, and C, we have parabolas that the vertex is actually on the x-axis. And so when we look at the first one, let's look at A. I want to know when this thing is less than 0. Okay, so when is this thing less than 0? So I'm really asking, well, when's y less than 0? Well, less than 0 would be in this shaded region, right? Is any of the graph in that shaded region? No. So this graph never is going to have a negative value. So this would be no solution. Okay, so let's look at B. I want to know when this guy is greater than 0. So at first look, okay, well, greater than 0 is this whole area right here, right? Well, the whole picture is above 0, right? Okay, so we might say, well, this works for everything. So that would be all real numbers. Right? We got the double back there. That's all real numbers. But the one thing we have to concern about is I cannot equal 0. Well, what's the 0 in this situation? 5. So our domain would be x, where x cannot equal 5. So everything but the number 5 works, because if I plug 5 in, it's going to be 0 greater than 0. And that's not a true statement. So that's the only number that doesn't work. And if we look at part C, I want to know when this guy is greater than or equal to 0. So slightly different than problem B. It can include 0, so this guy would be all real numbers. So these are just a couple special situations when we're dealing with one variable inequalities with quadratics.